Hi guys, I hope you're all doing fine. I'm sending you this video so that you can be clear about the instructions for the quiz that we're going to have in a couple of weeks. Take a look at the information that I'm going to share over here. It's going to be an oral presentation and you have to present it on Monday, November the 25th. And this one is going to be 25%. All this is going to be based on a very positive scenario. If we can be back to classes on, more regular basis. If not, then we're going to look for, other possible ways to have the presentation. These are the general instructions. You guys ideally are going to work in pairs. If you have a proposal in terms of being 3 in the group, I'm open to that, but please let me know. You're going to prepare your presentation based on the instructions given. I'm going to explain them in a couple of minutes, and I need you to use technical vocabulary. Reading is not going to be allowed when you present, and your presentation needs to have a clear opening, development, and closing. When we talk about the opening, I'm talking about a greeting, that you identify yourself and that you give the objective of the activity. For the development, you're going to present all the information that I'm requesting. And for the closing, you're going to make a final comment, you thank the audience, and you ask for the audience's questions. So imagine the situation. You go with, okay, good morning, classmates. My name is Juan Perez, and this is my classmate, Maria Lopez. And today we're going to present a destination for tourists to visit. The first thing we're going to do is to talk about the place, and then we're going to describe a very famous festivity that takes place in that location. And right there you go with all the information. Well, that was our presentation. We hope that you enjoy it and that you come and visit our city. We really thank you for your attention, and now we are open for your questions. So right there you have an example, so you guys can know a little bit of what you can do for the opening, for the development, and for the closing. It's not that you have to repeat my exact words, it's just for you to have an example. So let's take a look at the general instructions. Well, the first thing, this is going to be for the PowerPoint presentation. So you cannot include complete text. I only want you to include titles and some keywords per slide. I'm calculating that you can have 15 or 20 as total, considering the cover and the end. I want you to include as many photos as you want. The idea is that you include photos, pictures, and keywords that are going to help you remember the information. Please use the PPT as support during your presentation and avoid reading from your notes or from the PPT. I want you to really talk about the place you're going to present. In terms of the activity instructions, as I mentioned before, this is going to be an oral presentation, and the main topic is a tourist destination in Chile. You're going to describe the place and you're going to invent a typical festivity or celebration for that place. Now, imagine that you choose, okay, somewhere in the north, okay, and you say that the typical celebration is La Tirana. I don't want you to do that because that already exists. So I want you to be very creative and think of a typical celebration that the place could have based on the the most typical places or products. Okay, for example, it could be the day of the copper, or the grape day, or I don't know. You guys, you can be super creative about that. Now, in terms of the description of the place, I want you to mention the name of the city and where it is located. I want you to describe the city by giving an elaborated description of the place. When I say elaborated description, I'm saying that you tell a little bit without saying just it's beautiful and interesting. I want you to go a little further than that. Okay, Describe the weather in 2 different seasons. Mention 2 tourist attractions and describe their specific location using prepositions of place. Include the map of an area of the city chosen, showing the places and the names of the streets, and then you can explain how to get to the 2 tourist attractions. All this information about prepositions of place and directions, they are in Unit 6, if I'm not wrong. Then the description of the festivity or celebration that you're going to invent. I want you to invent the name, the date, and the origin of that celebration. I want you to talk about the food and drink that are going to be consumed, and right there you can use future tense. I want you to talk about the specific place where it is going to be developed. You can also use future tense over there. If you look at that, that in terms of using future and specific vocabulary about celebrations is going to be in Unit 4. Then I want you to describe, okay, the location and the description of the place where the celebration is going to take place, how people are going to get to that place, possible means of transportation that they can take. I want you to tell me 3 different activities that people are going to do during the celebration. And once again, use future. For example, people are going to drink, blah, blah, blah. People are going to dance, blah, 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 etc., etc. You can also mention special clothes, dance, colors, or decorations, or any other relevant information that you would like to include in the celebration, so we can have a clear idea of this special festivity and celebration. I also want you guys to give 2 suggestions or advice on what people should and shouldn't do during the celebration and support your ideas, and mention 2 activities that you need to or have to do during the celebration, and that is the use of infinitive for reason, and also you guys support the ideas in this case. Now, these 2 last points, suggestions and activities that you need to or have to do, are the contents that we're going to study this week, and that you're going to find them in Unit 7. And right there you have the rubric. I'm going to upload it, okay, so you can check it out with detail. And just make sure that you include all the elements that are going to be, evaluated. Now, I'm giving you the instructions now so you can have enough time to get prepared. But the Thursday before, the presentation, I'm going to have a class for, answering questions about this. If you have the material and you want it, you want me to check it, that is going to be the time to do so. In the meantime, start working on it, because it's going to be, a good idea if you develop all the material in advance. It doesn't have to be super complicated, you guys. I want you to use all what we have studied in class. So feel free to write to me. Feel free to send me your questions if you have any doubt about this, and let's go for a wonderful presentation. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye guys.